Hey, Cock 45 here. Do you feel lucky, punk? I guess not. Yes, did he fire 5 or did he fire 6? He fired 6 because it is a Model 29, the Dirty Harry Model 29. So you see the title. You know what I'm going to be accusing you of, right? Buying firearms because you saw the movie. So, did the movie make you buy it? Don't you love that verb? Did the movie make you buy it? I pulled out a few firearms. Came to mind that I might be a little guilty of it. I don't know. You be the judge, as Paul Harrell used to say, right? I think we all have fallen victim to this. No doubt about it. And it just happens. And I'm gonna let you look at these beautiful firearms while I grab one I forgot to put on the table. Here it is, I'm back. How could I forget? Yes, what is that? Yeah, the Beretta 92. Okay, that's one that you definitely have to admit. I've got a loaded mag in it because I'm going to shoot it. Okay, I'll decock it. Yeah, the Beretta. So let's go ahead and lay out what I have here as if I need to tell all of you. I've got a firearm that was featured in Dirty Harry, right? The 6.5-inch 44 mag, and they had a few replacements in various scenes, as I understand. They had difficulty getting the 44 at times. Other times they did have it, and whatever. We won't get into that controversy because everybody thinks they know the answer to that. But that's the Dirty Harry gun. You have seen Lethal Weapon, right? Die Hard, the Beretta 92, and you might have one of these. Is that why? Come on, fess up, fess up. I think it could be. What about Rick Grimes in Walking Dead? Is that why you have a gun that looks like this? Now this is the Anaconda, actually. It's the only thing I have that looks like his, a little bit like his Python, right? Kind of the same gun, just blown up on steroids with even a longer barrel. But yep, that's part of the appeal for some people, no doubt about it. And we'll talk about those others too, why you bought those. First, I want to thank Silencer Central. They make wonderful suppressors and a great support of the channel. Great people. We really appreciate their support. Davidson's Gallery of Guns, guaranteed lifetime replacement on your firearms purchase. Just a wonderful company. And then SDI, the Sonoran Desert Institute. Get yourself some distance learning in firearms technology, drone technology, all sorts of areas. Okay. And before I forget it, let me thank Alabama Holster for part of my attire. Yes, this Alabama holster, I use their pocket holsters and have for a long time. And some of their belt holsters, I don't have one on right now, but it's the Flapjack, great holster. We appreciate their support. Okay, so now let's look at some of the other guns that you have bought because you saw them in a movie. How about this one? Colt Single Action. You might have seen Doc Holliday or any number of our Hollywood heroes carrying something like that, right? Either in nickel or not, longer barrel or shorter, whatever. Oh man, so many of us old guys, gals have grown up watching Westerns, so that might be why you own something like that, even if it's not exactly like that, right? And then, moving on down the line, how many of you, I would never do that, but how many of you own one of these Sharps rifles? Huh? Because you saw Matthew Quigley take a big bullet like this and shoot a bucket way out there beyond where my gong is. Further than that and smaller than that. But that might be why you own a Sharps rifle, okay? Or at least one reason. So, fess up, admit it. Don't act like it's not something you would do. It was featured as the star almost in that movie, right? And then of course there's the old 1911. This one's World War I. You've seen that in so many movies. Where you could name lots and lots of movies where you have seen 1911 action, possibly to the point where you paid a visit to your local gun shop the next day and had to make one your own. Really, gosh, I'm just really throwing out the accusations, aren't I? Things I would never do, but I know a lot of you would. And then last but not least, some of you probably watched Full Metal Jacket and you saw this wonderful M14 in action, or some Vietnam movie, or any number of movies, and you just had to have an M14, right? And that's a beautiful rifle too, and a wonderful firearm. So yeah, that's the ones and I have others that I could have brought out to make accusations with, like my Hawken rifle. What are some others? You name them. Many of you that have been around a long time, you know all the firearms I have that have been featured quite frequently in Hollywood. So that's my big question today. Did a movie make you buy it? I want you to fess up. So maybe I don't feel so bad because I might have fallen victim to that myself, right? Haven't we all? I think if we admit it, yeah, we have. Now, to a lesser or greater extent, I know, like with the Hawken, I was looking to get into black powder at that time, and I saw some guys shooting those at a range, and I loved them. I didn't know you could get a half-stock Hawken octagonal barrel that looked like that. It was really neat. And so I was looking, and then when I saw, of course, Jeremiah Johnson, that clinched it. But and I don't know. I think I had a Sharps, a single shot before Quigley, maybe. So I go back and forth. Some of them I had the Beretta before Lethal Weapon, I think. But anyway, and I was looking for a 44. A lot of this happened right when I was getting into firearms, and I was figuring out which ones I did want. I already had the Model 19. I didn't have a 44 yet, but I wanted a bigger bore, and I was just loving these double action revolvers. And again, Dirty Harry kind of clinched the deal on that one, you know, because I've been slamming lots of 357 rounds, and his 44 looked like fun. So I went about finding one of those, you know. And of course, I had the Pythons and the guns that looked like this long before Rick Grimes found himself in the middle of a lot of dead people walking around. But I'm sure that has taken a lot of people to the gun shop, right? Or the gun broker, or to gun shows, or whatever. So I don't know which ones would be the top. Probably in terms of the ones that were most influential, I don't know, you tell me. Maybe the Beretta. Of course, the military adopting that, you know, on top of Lethal Weapon and Die Hard and all the other movies. And there's probably a lot of movies you all know that I don't know that feature some of these firearms. So you got the military factor there as well. And anything the military adopts, same with the 1911, anything the military has adopted, it's going to be probably pretty popular, and that's certainly the case with those two. But there's something about seeing firearms on the silver screen, and if you noticed in the movies too, they get I don't know where they get these actors, because you got to know that a lot of actors and actresses in Hollywood are not that gun savvy. You know, you sort of get that impression just from the politics you see there. But for some reason, virtually every actor or actress in a movie where there are guns and they're shooting them, they're excellent shots. You know, like Tom Selleck hitting that bucket at so many hundreds of yards, and just right on down the line. In the cowboy movies, the actors they get just rarely ever miss. So, you know, that's what helps sell these things. Yeah, you didn't get that joke, did you? But anyway, yeah, the movies, there is something about seeing, well, even videos. You see a video on a firearm, and that firearm looks good to you. And hopefully YouTube is a little different from the movies in most cases, where you might learn a little bit about the firearm and what ammo it likes best and whether it shoots well for you. And people are actually shooting them for real in videos. Real bullets, right? Real gunpowder, not blanks. And the real gun. And you're seeing, at least in our videos, if they don't shoot well, or if they or if they malfunction and all those sorts of things. So I can almost understand in seeing a video on something and getting the hots for it more so than just a Hollywood movie. But, you know, such as it is, it does influence us. And I'm going to let you go. I just want you to tell me, to fess up, what firearms were you led to? What movies or TV series caused you to buy a firearm? Okay, be honest. Don't want to see anybody saying, oh no, it never influences me. We know better. Life is good.
Oh yeah, that's better. This is a great gun for defense. Oh hey, didn't see you guys there. While I've got you here, I want to remind you of our friends over at Talon Grips and Ballistol. Talon Grips makes grips, can you believe it, for all different types of firearms. You can get rough texture or more of a rubberized texture. It just sticks right on there. You know, really affordable, really cool option to improve the grip for your handguns or rifles. So please check them out at talongungrips.com. You'll be glad you did. And also Ballistol. Dad has been using Ballistol for many years. It's a cleaner and a lubricant, and it's non-toxic. It works really great, and we're happy to have them on board since it's been a part of our shooting endeavor for a very long time. So go to ballistol.com, talongungrips.com. And also, while you're out there, I'm juggling all these things here. Also, while you're on the internet, please do check out our other social media like Hickok45 on Facebook. There's also Hickok45 on Twitter, The Real Hickok45 on Instagram. There's a John_Hickok45 on Instagram where I do some things. There's Hickok45.com. You can find us also on Gunstreamer. So check out all that stuff and then watch more videos.